welcome back. I have Officer John Williams with me with the Alabama State Marine Police.
That's right.
Okay.
That's
All right.
right.
We're going to talk a little bit about boater safety and some rules of the water and what's going on and some PR campaigns and a little bit of everything today.
Right.
So you brought some toys with you today. What do we have here?
Well, what we've got is pretty much some safety equipment that you need to have out on the boat when you're on the waterway. Anytime this week, but especially we're ramping up for a big 4th week.
Okay. All right, a big week this week. Talked about if the child's below 8, you said that if they're in the water, in the boat, all the time, life jacket on.
Life jacket on. Any child that's under the age of 8, got to have it on. We don't want to have anybody go down, but we especially don't want to have a little one go down. And they make this all the way down. My little girl's 3 months old, and she can wear this. Keeps their head up, floating up. You know, they can slip out of your arms real quick. So we want to make sure that every child has a life jacket on at all times.
So these got little straps come between the legs, so they hold them up, so you can even pick them up out of the.
Look, got a little grab handle right there, and just go like a sack of potatoes.
It sounds good. So they get in, just rip them up and put them back in the boat. So So if you're in a boat, how many life jackets do you have to have? One for every person.
One for every person. It's proper fitting. Make sure that it's in it's in good working order. Not rips and tears and stuff like that, and make sure that it fits the person that it goes to.
Okay. All right. So make sure you get that. What about being in a boat? Have to have a license? Can you just get out there and go?
In the state of Alabama, we require a vessel license. Every person that's driving a boat is required to have a vessel license. You can get those. We put on a couple free classes a year. Get them at the driver's license examiner's office. Take your test down there. You've got to go there anyway to get it put on your license from Department of DPS. Then it's valid. We just want to make sure everybody knows what they're doing before they get out there.
Okay. All right. Some of the rules of the water. You see the wake right there. What's your wake?
It's a campaign that we come up with. It's probably not only it's the biggest complaint that I've got on Smith Lake, but all over the state of Alabama. Boats are getting bigger. The waves are getting bigger. A lot of problems. Waking people out while they're swimming, doing a lot of shoreline damage, a lot of dock damage. Make sure that you're being mindful of the wake that you're putting out, not plowing, not getting up close to docks and up close to the shoreline, and just make sure that you're treating others the way you would want to be treated. If you were at that dock and you'd spend thousands of dollars for it, you wouldn't want anybody tearing it up. So we just want everybody to be mindful of that.
One thing about the 4th, brings celebration, and sometimes adult beverages get involved, and so that's just as wrong as getting in behind the wheel and getting out there. So it's
exactly same law. Same law as a DUI. It's just called a BUI, boating under the influence. Something that we're always looking for out there because of the the impact that it has on there. What it takes to get inebriated on land or at a restaurant or wherever you're at comes a lot quicker out there. You got the sun, the wind, the water, all those play in a factor to get you your blood alcohol content higher with all those factors put in. So we want everybody to be safe, and and all 3 counties, Coleman, Walker, and Winston and Smith Lake, dry counties. Even though Coleman, I know people hear Coleman wet. That's all they heard is the city went wet. We want to make sure that everybody knows that that still the lake is still dry. That is all part of the county. So can't have it out there according to the law.
All right. Sounds good. Sea-Doos. One thing that kind of makes me nervous is some little kids on Sea-Doos. Is there an age limit on Sea-Doos? Do they have to have a license for a Sea-Doo?
Same as a boat. You do have to be licensed. You can go on your own at 14. And that's young to be on, because what I call them like little fighter jets out there, because they're so quick and nimble. Still have to be licensed. Still need to have a Type 3 PFD on at all times, and make sure that your emergency cutoff switch is hooked to you, because you get thrown out of those things, left and right. So that's going to kill the engine, and so it don't go anywhere, don't run you over, or run anybody else over. And they apply to same rules at a boat, staying on the right side, not getting up and next to boats and spraying. When you cut it real hard, it makes the big wave shoot out. We're looking for that as well, not to spray anybody else, because it's kind of like skipping a rock. Sometimes they don't stick and make that big wave, and we've had some fatality accidents where they're spraying people or swimming in the water. come over the
Skim
top
us over.
over them, and bad things happen there. We've had quite a few fatalities from that, so we're looking for that as well.
And almost like a bunch of bees out there, especially you get a group of young kids around there. They're having fun. They're not. And just young kids do stupid things.
Right.
Adults do stupid things, but young kids, it just makes me. You got a big boat out there. You got to be just so mindful. To me, it's just you got to watch it.
Absolutely. Some of us they hadn't lived enough life as seen the things that we've seen, so they kind of think they're invincible out there. So it does happen to any. It can happen to anybody. So we want to make sure people know about that.
Night boating is going to be a little bit different. Now, the 4th of July, the fireworks, lots of boats on the lake. It just that makes me nervous out there. Just especially after having kids and stuff, I get nervous anyway. But there's a lot of people out there. Some of them are going to be drinking. It's just going to be the case. Not paying attention, cutting up with family and friends. But nighttime seems to bring a whole new aspect of that water. It's hard to see. Light's important. Tell me a little bit about what they need to be careful of.
At night, that's when number one, pretty much the accidents are going to happen. A lot of it contributes to not having the proper lights on. You must have your green light, your red light, and your white all-around light.
Okay.
And those are not for you to see, but for other boaters to see you and to have direction to travel. And once you've been through the course, you'll know what direction is traveled. But when you see a red light coming up, you need to stop and it's called the give way. And you see green, you can stand on and continue your course because you're in the right of way. But always defensive driving. If they're going to keep going, let them go. You do evasive maneuver, what you need to do, and making sure that and know how to change them out there, because these are bubs. Can go out just like you do at home. Right. Know how to change them out there, and make sure that you got your fuses, your bubs, and make sure that they work before it gets dark and before you head out from the dock.
If you're out there and find out they don't work, you're in a mess.
You are. Chem light sticks, the little glow sticks,
yes.
Something that can, if they go bad, don't have the bulbs that you can tape them on to get you back over to the dock till you can get them fixed.
So have something on there where you can break
always have a backup plan. It's your life that's at risk out there, and light is what's showing you up, and you got to have those on. It's a must.
Some duct tape, zip ties, something to get you some safety. Be prepared.
Absolutely. Flashlight, something that you can give off that you can give light off. If something wants to shut down, you lose power or something like that. Always need that backup plan.
Because if you're on a pontoon that goes out, or any boat, I mean, some of those bass boats, they're booking on at 60, 70 miles an hour. If they don't see you, it's going to be a bad situation.
It is, and we've worked a lot of bad accidents, and that's a bad part of our job is to work those accidents, because not like the road, you still might have a chance because you're still breathing air. Once you hit the water, don't have the life jackets on, you get busted up. You're going down.
See the fire extinguisher here. Required to have that on your boat?
Every boat that is required to have that. You've got enclosed fuel cells. You've got a grill on the board on board. Pretty much every boat. You've got if you got fuel, you need a fire extinguisher. You got electronic components. Making sure that it's fully charged up for the year. Make sure there's no dirt daubers in the holes and stuff like that. Because we have, if you got a boat fire and it starts out pretty small, you can put it out. That's a bad feeling if you couldn't put out a fire out there. So every boat's required. It's got enclosed fuel cell to have a fire extinguisher on board. Know where it's at too, because when you're in the heat of battle out there and the flames are up, and where's my fire extinguisher? Know how to use it.
Is there any number to call if they need you, or if they see somebody's being dangerous? Is there a number to say, "Hey, watch out for that"? Or is it just a
same as you would do anybody else? Not you got a true emergency out there. 911.
Okay.
They'll dispatch us to the proper location.
Okay, sounds good. Thanks so much for coming on, and have a safe 4th of July. I know you'll be working out there this week.
We'll be out, and then a little extra hours for this week.
All right, we'll be safe out there. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you.
All right. We'll be right back after these messages.